Come over and say the shit you do.
I say it without a camera all the time.
Come over here.
Turn off your camera, come over here and see what fucking happens.
What law are you breaking?
I smell shit.
It's on me for me stating.
Did I ever mention violence? Did I ever mention fucking violence?
Nobody mentioned violence. You're the only one mentioning violence here.
The big boy there threatening me is mentioning violence. Crush me under your 350-pound ass. $350 shouldn't be a compliment. No one's talking to you, Maceface. Worry about your lawsuit you're gonna lose.
What's really funny is that attacking somebody for their verbally is like saying shit about somebody's weight. That's fucking lazy as shit.
Just like you.
You're fucking lazy.
Just like you.
Dad, you saw the other side of the street, bitch.
What are you even talking about?
Go fuck yourself. That's what I'm talking
You should learn to put the pipe down, Maceface.
about. Dad, you're fucking grown.
You should learn to put the bubble down, Maceface. Learn to put the bubble down, Maceface.
I will put my strap on and fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, bitch boy. Get out of here, bitch boy.
350 is 350 is not good.
Guard for me, bitch. Come on, I'll own you. I'll put you on a leash.
Why the fuck would I need a leash?
Well, you care so much about fucking trans people. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out why you
Well, no, I'm saying trans people don't exist.
No, it's okay. You like this cock. You'll figure out how much you like this cock on this pretty girl. You'll figure it out, bitch.
No,
Figure it out,
no.
bitch.
You're just mad that trans people don't exist. Transitioning children is mutilation. If I wanted a comeback, I'd wipe it off your mom.
Yeah, he's asking us for some diapers. Just like his daddy.
Stolen dentures, polygrip Pam over here.
She's a lovely lady.
Pam is a fed.
Can you repeat that?
Pam is a fed. Turning me, yeah, just like, be a good fed and turn me in, Pam. Be a good fed, turn me in. You know, supposedly they clean it up every night, but it's been here for like a week of where they've been camping out. Yeah, I really don't want to get any closer to the people who haven't showered in a month.
None of your friends are even your mom. Oh, yeah, you got your $1,000 roll in there. Are you that fucking broke? You need gas money?
No,
Let me look over the ice real quick.
no, my shit ain't even monetized. My shit's not even monetized. That's how much you know. My shit's not even monetized.
I'll cash out you $20 for gas when you go home.
I don't need your money. I've got more than $20. Why am I filming? Because I'm bored. Got off work and I'm bored. Because they work day shift.
You're not getting invited to Eugene's and you get left out?
No, I was at work. I told them I was at work.
You got left out of the friend invite. Oh shit, all of them are hanging out right now and you're fucking here.
I just got off work.
Where are your friends? They're all hanging out without you. That shit is sad as fuck.
Yeah, I just got off work and came here.
They're all posting photos of their hangout right this second.
Oh, you hear that, guys? They're fucking obsessed with them. Obsessed with Tommy that they fucking stalk him. We know you love Tommy. We all know you love Tommy. No, none of them would understand what a fucking job is. They're at work, paid protesters. What's going on? Nothing's going on. There's, I don't know, maybe 15 people sitting in front of the low income housing. Nobody in front of ICE at shift change are just able to roll up on out of here at free will. I don't know how long I'm going to stay out here because there really is nothing going on. Oh, they didn't even notice.
Do your fucking jobs no more. What happened to our little siren that y'all would do? What happened to that shit?
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they were all homeless with how long they've been out here. With the exception of Pam and that other old lady. They go home. They probably are. They're all prepared for Patriot Weekend. They're ready to come pray with us and repent for their sins.
Like you're really.
I don't know if he ever got out. Yeah, only because they did shift change and now she's the only person over there. Dustin got arrested like a week ago. Around the same time that Travis got arrested. Like the day before or something like that. On the car or in the car? Because there's nobody in it or on it. No, the Mustang is empty. I'm a little sad that what's-his-name ain't out here to give him a history lesson again. I've kind of felt like I've become his history professor at this point. I mean, the other one that kind of looks like him's out here, but not the blonde one. Well, with the rate he's going, he should be charged with harassing and threatening women all the time at free will. I hope he comes out this weekend. I'll step up to him. Well, he's not out here anymore if he was. I think for the most part, the ones that aren't homeless are getting ready to leave. Oh, there will be plenty of footage this weekend, don't you worry. Well, my friends are still driving back from Oregon State University, or University of Oregon, one of the two. Yep. Watch everyone pack up their shit and leave. Oh, I don't remember at this point. So much shit has happened. I'll have to go look on Twitter later. That couple that just walked past is now the only people standing outside of ICE. Yeah, I got one more day of work, but it's going to be a super light night. I'll get plenty of rest tomorrow. I'm probably not going to come out tomorrow. Hey, what's up, Danny? Fake one. I got a trailer and a truck. I can bring a real wood chipper. You can rent one at UR Rent or probably Home Depot even. Yeah, I seen that. Tommy had a whole crowd of people following behind him on his way to his car. Like, I tuned into his live when they first got there, and there was nobody there. But once I was on my lunch or so, it was getting real bad. They were all surrounded by people chanting to go home Nazi, go home fascist. You know, I might go online and see if I can find an inflatable wood chipper and buy enough of them to put on every street corner down here. Yeah, I want to know is how they so quickly occurred so many whistles so quickly. Like where that guy came from with all them damn whistles. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hey, did you guys hear the great news? With all the money we've generated from tariffs, Trump is going to give us all $2,000 a person.
Trump said we need H-1B visas.
No, he did not. If you are a foreign national working here, you need an H-1B visa. I can't hear you through your mask. We need to import what? At least pull your mask from your face like this.
Look at his recent interview with Laura Inglove. He said that we need to import foreign talent because Americans aren't talented. That's what he said.
Yeah, because most of America sits on their lazy asses doing nothing.
Why are you against Americans?
Oh no, I would much rather our citizens uplift themselves to fill those positions instead of having to outsource and bring them in. That's because the people don't exist here. We can't. Nobody wants to work for themselves or do anything to improve their lives. They'd rather stand on a street corner and bitch about their problems. I'm not licking no boot.
Nobody cares. Shut your bitch ass up.
Is that you?
No.
All right.
No, that is not me.
Pull back your hair. No, other side.
No,
Other side.
well, I actually have
Okay.
I have hair.
You're good.
Yeah, not me. That guy's also 200 pounds heavier than me.
Yeah, I was
That guy's also a lot bigger than I am, too. Oh, no, they won't turn down that money one little bit. I don't see no real dog out here anyway. I'm not on TikTok, I'm on X, and I'm not monetized. I have no idea. That's why I came out here. I was trying to see if Griffin was out here to see what happened with his girlfriend and whatnot. Because I'm sure no actual charges will stick. But I'm curious what... I wasn't paying attention. Wasn't paying attention last night to what was going on all that well, so I don't know what she did. I don't know if she crossed the line, if she touched one of the officers or what. Oh, yeah, he's getting up for another 5 minutes right now. Pounce on her. Yeah, that's stolen dentures polygrip, Pam. Yeah, she was throwing rocks at the cars as they were pulling out the day before. I wonder if I'll be out here longer than most of them tonight. Their crowd has dwindled. 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 14, 18 people. Yeah, I know that the guy who got arrested because he was trying to save her. That big guy talking to Pam can't do nothing. He can stand up for 10 minutes at a time. Oh, the guy talking to Pam. The guy in black? Yeah, no, he is constantly trying to spit in everyone's face and whatnot through his mask and trying to fight everyone all the time. Let's see if I can clear him out from in front of the building again. them while they're eating with their masks down. Oh, yeah.
Did you not get one?
I don't want one.
I don't want one.
Chat wants to know if any of y'all have heard what happened with Griffin's girlfriend. If y'all have heard anything since last night.
What happened?
Oh, no, ICE pulled her in last night.
Who?
That little short 4-foot girl that's always with Griffin. Hey. Hey,
Caleb, what's your name?
Taylor.
What's your name?
Taylor.
Taylor?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Caleb.
meet you.
Sorry, left-handed right now. So, what brings you here?
Oh, just filming what's going on,
Okay.
documenting for people.
All right. Documenting for people?
Yeah.
Okay. Same reason I'm here. Like a press and everything. Okay. So you're protesting then?
Not counter-protesting, more like it.
Protesting against protests?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I believe that they are doing their lawful jobs and doing their best to keep this country as safe as they can. And every day they're out here being demoralized by all these people day in and day out.
Okay. Okay. I see. How many times have you been here? If you don't mind me asking.
I've been out here just about every night for the last month and a half, 2 months.
Every night for about 2 months or so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if I understand correctly, you are anti the protest, but you're pro ICE and
Pro
everything what
ICE.
they're doing?
Yeah.
Pro ICE. Okay. Apologize. I have a couple notes here, but I always slip on them.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
So.
Yeah, let me get in front of your camera. There we go.
Is there? Oh, I
You
apologize.
know, no, yeah.
So, what is it about what everybody's doing that bothers you personally?
Bother me personally, there's no reason to protest the people doing their jobs. All right,
Okay.
I'm a Jewish individual, and every night I'm out here, I'm constantly hearing them call them Nazis and fascist, which really diminishes what my people went through not even 90 years ago.
Okay,
Right.
The Holocaust.
Yes,
Absolutely.
right? That diminishes everything. That type of language is Nazi rhetoric. They're out here calling them Nazis. And there was a girl out here a couple nights ago I got on my live that was out here doing a Nazi salute in March.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
She was one of the people who was arrested last night.
Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of people who are anti-Israel. Do you consider everyone around here who's anti-Israel anti-Semitic?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone who's anti the country, the government specifically, they are anti-Semitic?
Yes, because they then follow it up with a million anti-Semitic comments when criticizing Israel's government.
Right.
There's a way
okay.
to do it and a way not to do it, and they 100% of the time choose the wrong way to do it.
Okay, all right. And may I ask, what comments specifically have you seen?
Anything and everything under the sun.
Everything. Everything?
They say that we're committing genocides. They say that we think we should wipe out the other races in the area. They making it seem like Israel's a bad guy when they're defending themselves.
Pro-Israel?
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
So the
Since 2012,
okay.
Israel has received daily airstrikes from Gaza. And daily.
That I honestly I won't lie to you, I was unaware of.
Daily airstrikes from Gaza.
Okay.
Every 6 months, Israel would then retaliate. There would be news coverage on that, and then they'd get all up in arms. about Israel launching some rockets at Hamas after they've suffered months of daily strikes from Hamas. That, yes, their Golden Dome has protected, but they're not just going to allow that type of behavior to go unanswered. Right?
okay.
We didn't do that
You
in
know,
2001.
Someone standing outside with a gun pointed at my door, I'm going to have a gun loaded.
Right, right.
Right. Okay. So.
So you support genocide?
So what we're saying is,
You
do
support
you
genocide?
consider Hamas to be
You
the
support
entirety
Israel?
of Palestine?
No, but they're so deeply embedded that they're a terrorist organization. They're not a government.
They're not terrorists. They're a resistance organization.
They,
are actually
they
a
are
government.
recognized
They're
by
not-
90%
no.
of the world as a terrorist
Where do you get your
organization.
information from? Oh, the same
There,
thing
there
where
are
you get
five
information
countries.
from Israel
There's
is
five.
actually
There's five countries in the world that do not recognize North Korea, China, Russia, Vietnam.
We thought, bro, it's an interesting thing.
Where's the fact that using guerrilla army?
Absolutely, out of your
You thought about that? Maybe a guerrilla army, not really so much a terrorist act, but more of like a private militia.
They attack their own citizens.
Oh, you're talking about Israel?
No,
Yes,
we're
do.
no, they do not.
How can you be Jewish and support Israel?
Hamas
That's weird.
does that.
That's weird.
Hamas,
That's weird.
right after the ceasefire,
so
lined
absolutely
up
bullshit.
supportors of Israel and shot them in the town square.
Literally, you're one of those people that just like somebody tell you, you just run with it. You just run.
I don't have to run with anything. I know facts and I live in reality.
Spewing absolute nonsense. Nonsense. And the fact that you're Jewish and support Israel, man, that's fucking a travesty.
Yeah, my chat was wanting to hear this interview between me and him. So if y'all could skedaddle, so I can get back to this conversation I was having with this
We
gentleman.
don't want to be accused of blocking free speech. So go ahead, do your thing, but be expecting side busting because that's still freedom of speech.
An audience is okay, though. By the way,
I just can't keep my
even
mouth
if-
shut when somebody's literally promoting like death of my fucking cousins and murder and rape and sick shit. So I will remove myself from this foul.
So what I was where was I? Okay, so okay, sorry. I don't know
Yeah.
what
You
the
can
answer was.
take your time. Maybe Chet
but
knows
my-
where he was at.
But my question, I believe, was: do you consider Hamas to be the entirety of Palestine?
No, the entirety. No, I believe there are enough people there that do not support Hamas, but Hamas has such a grip on that country that people are afraid to speak out against them.
Okay.
Right? They embed themselves in the civilian population for a shield, right? And Israel wasn't going to stand for that. They learned from the mistakes of Russia in Afghanistan, the mistakes of the United States in Iraq and Afghanistan dealing with insurgencies. They went through and just dismantled everything. Was that the ethically right way to do it? No. But they seem that seems to be the. I think you're. Oh no, there you go. That they seem that is the only logical way to deal with an insurgency effectively.
Okay.
Right, and everyone's trying to look at the morals of war. There are no morals in war. War is killing people, and killing people is an immoral thing.
You're absolutely right.
There are no morals.
One thing is, I can't say I am usually too bothered when it comes to maybe a soldier killing a soldier. You know, that's war, right? You know, we shoot at each other, one of us dies. But when it comes to war, is things get fucked up when we get to the point where people die who are not involved in the war.
Right. But if we look back in history, right, not just in Iraq, if we go back a little bit further, Vietnam, they were using civilians to attack our soldiers. They were putting bombs on children, putting them in the hats that they wore, right? While the kids were out in rice paddies, they'd have a bomb in there, they'd run up and kill U.S. soldiers.
Okay. Right. Sorry, who was that did that? You said?
The Vietnamese.
Vietnamese?
Yes, the North Vietnamese.
Right, okay.
Or I guess the Viet Cong.
During the Vietnam
yes,
War.
during the Vietnam War.
I believe it was 70s?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Right, so people have a history of using civilians either as shields to keep themselves from being killed so they can continue doing the horrific things that they're doing, or they will even use civilians as a weapon themselves, whether that civilian knows or not.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that actually is true. I'm not positive because I won't lie to you, I'm not completely educated on it. But yeah, I believe that's true. The one thing I do have to ask though is what relevance does that have to Palestine? Sorry, real quick. One thing that kind of spins my interviews off track usually is something entirely unrelated. Something entirely unrelated, a different war, a different form of speech, a different politician or something. It doesn't really connect to the same thing,
Right.
So Vietnam, yes, you're absolutely right. Maybe right. I apologize. Once again, I won't say you're right or wrong, just because I'm unsure. But it's not relevant to what's happening in Palestine.
Sure it is. Because the civilian population is being manipulated by an enemy force in a way that they do not wish.
Okay.
For the purpose of war.
So the way they do not what?
They're being manipulated in ways that they may not be consenting to, right? They may have to go along with it.
Sorry, I apologize one more time.
So they may have to go along with the way things are, but they may not want to.
Mm-hmm.
I totally got distracted on what I was saying because of that guy too.
That's what makes my interviews difficult.
But where was I? What the hell were we talking?
Relevancy, mainly. That's where I was. Is relevancy between these different wars and why we should apply.
Oh yeah. Because the people of Gaza are being used as human shields. We know that, right?
The people of Gaza are being used as human shields.
Yes, in the sense that Hamas is setting up operations within civilian hospitals, elementary schools. Mm-hmm. They're living with how houses are set up there. They're pretty much wall to wall with civilians, right? It's like being in the next room, right? So they are deeply embedded in civilian life. They don't wear colors, right? Like an army does. They wear civilian clothing to blend in with the civilian population. These are all war crimes that they get away with, that because the masses of liberals side with them over Israel. Mm-hmm. Right?
Okay.
And which, I'm not going to get into the whole them supporting Islam or whatever, which makes no sense to me. But, they take a side, run with it forever, and then if you're not with the side that they choose, you're instantly the bad guy.
Okay.
Right? They can't try to ever see the other side for what it is.
See, that is actually something that I can agree with you on. Is the open-mindedness is something we don't see a whole lot.
Right.
Personally, growing up, I grew up in a very Republican family, and so when I grew up, I felt like I was a Republican.
Right.
I
grew up in a very Democrat family until after Trump's first term. I voted Democrat.
Okay. See, I went the opposite. I felt that we need to lean more towards Democrats, and now I'm feeling more like basically we can't trust anybody. And the connection that I see to that relating to the Israel thing is, I gotta say, I wouldn't say I'm anti-Israel, anti-Semitic in any way at all. Specifically, the people, I have no problem. But the government, I've seen too many holes in it, I've seen too many problems, and I feel like they're starting to almost manipulate how we do things. Do you see any kind of connection in that?
I don't see any connection in that.
Okay.
Honestly. And that's not just me to just rebuke whatever you are because I'm Jewish. I honestly don't see any Israeli influence within this country. I see more Russian influence within this country, more Hispanic influence within this country than Israeli influence.
Okay. I do see we do have a lot of Hispanic influence. I feel like, especially socially.
Right.
You know. But I do see a lot of the Israeli though, mainly not in like, you know, what we can see. You know, if I look around, you know, you might not be able to point something out, but a lot of our systems, our methods around, say, capitalism or our two-party system, that's mainly influenced by one country. Which is a country we seem to follow so much because of the strict reason of...
So let me ask you this. How is it influenced by them?
I'm sorry?
How are those things influenced by Israel?
So they're influenced mainly by the just treaties, contracts. We have so many, and the main thing is we consider Israel to be the holy land. You know, it's a lot of Christian Jewish beliefs where they think that this land specifically is so important, and for some reason our leaders, our politicians, everyone above us believe that they're absolutely correct about it. That I apologize. That the Holy Land itself is enough reason to follow their beliefs, do everything that they do. Just follow everything they do, basically, is what I'm sorry, to put it into short words.
All right, so that land, historically going back, has been Jewish. Up until the Mongolians came in, threw out the Jews. The Jews came back after the Mongolians realized there's nothing in this fucking area. It's a fucking desert. It does us no good to have it. So the Jews came back, and then the Ottoman Empire formed out of Turkey. Started its globalization, taking over much of the Middle East and parts of Europe. Right? We're all familiar with the Ottoman Empire up until World War II. At which point, that's when Palestinians became a thing. Because the British said, we have to get rid of the Ottoman Empire. And that's the only reason why any of this argument happens, is because the British people said that they are going to give this land to this select group of people from the Ottoman Empire if they help get the Ottoman Empire under control. And instead they went and gave the land back to the Jews who got pushed out of their land.
Okay.
The Jews faced multiple genocides in their timeline. One of these guys, I forget which one it was, not the one in the white scarf, but if you've been out here, there's one that looks kind of like him that completely covers his face with a scarf, right? He pointed out that, I shouldn't have done that. I lost track.
Don't worry. I've done that a couple times throughout this whole thing. So
man,
it's easy to do when I am talking about 20 different subjects. You know.
Oh, where was I?
You talking about the white scarf?
Yeah, what did I say right before that?
Israel, promised land.
Oh yeah. They were promised that land, and as that kid had explained to me, that it was named that for the Philistines that were mostly in Syria, right? That's where the Palestinian name came from when they created the Palestinian Mandate, right? It was our land that we were pushed out of multiple times. That's where I was going with it. It was a genocide. As the kid who looks like him pointed out, that forcing all of a people outside of the land that they are from, where they call home, and forcing them out completely is a genocide of that people, because you're wiping out their historical land. Right? And the Jews experienced that twice in Israel, and then they experienced the Holocaust in Europe.
Okay, so a question I have is, what is the difference between that and basically what's happening now? Because I'm a big history buff. I love history personally.
So what's happening now is the people, not even the people of Gaza, Hamas wants to restore the borders before 1948.
I'm sorry.
They want to restore the borders that were there in that land before 1948, before the Arab War.
Okay.
When Gaza lost so much of their land because they lost the war.
Yeah.
Right. So they're saying, hey, I know we lost the war and whatnot, but we want our land back.
Right. Okay.
So that's why they've been at war for the last, 60 years now, 70 years.
Right. I remember even being in elementary school and hearing about this stuff.
Right.
And I'm 22 now, and it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
It's basically just now getting to this
Yeah.
crazy point where we're all talking about it, right?
Right. Do you have any other questions?
So basically, what I'm wondering is what is the difference between what's happening now and what happened in the Holocaust? Because I have seen a lot. I am in connection with a lot of people in Gaza who are reporters. Their main thing is they take pictures, take videos. It's what I do. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to them. I want to talk to them. You know, I want to record things, take pictures, put it out.
So basically,
And
the difference between what was happening then and what's happening now is back then you had a whole government that was dedicated to specifically eliminating the race.
I'm sorry?
You had a government specifically dedicated to eliminating the race, right? Now they have a goal of eliminating a group that has been designated by most of the world,
right?
Hamas,
Yes.
as a terrorist organization. Right? They see the goal. They're not focused on the acceptable casualty rate of civilians or whatever when they're trying to eliminate a threat.
Okay. So,
And it's not just because of October 7th they are a threat. This is because for the last 2 decades they have been being attacked almost daily by Hamas.
okay. Now, it's going to seem like I'm kind of going off topic here, but it's a little bit on topic. So, when we dropped the bombs on, say,
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yes. Sorry, forgot the name
Yep.
for a minute there. But
Ooh, trespassing.
You tell us to read your rules, but you won't let us read your fucking rules.
I apologize, gotta get everything.
They're supposedly reading the rules.
I will say, I will make a comment about that because this is over.
Yeah.
I think that's it, to be honest.
Yeah, that seems to be it. They're all back on the street now.
Okay, sorry. Real quick, I do want to make a comment about that.
That is the first time I've ever seen someone get that close to the gate without being arrested.
Honestly, maybe me too. But I will say, can you read any of the CISA 6?
Not at this time, but these people are out here all day, all day. They can read it during the daylight. If they actually wanted to read it, if that's what they were actually doing, they had the opportunity while it was daylight, while they didn't have to be inches from it. Right, and they all have cell phones. They can pull out their camera and zoom in if they can't read very well. They don't have to do that.
Sorry, I forgot where we were before. Forgot where we were before that. I believe we're still on Palestine.
Yes.
I can't remember where I'm at, so I'm going to bring up a different point that I was going to say. So have you seen the gates yet?
The what?
I believe people are calling them the gates.
No.
So right now there's lines of gates where people are being pushed into. This is in Palestine.
Okay.
They're being pushed into, and ammo is being unloaded on them, putting them out basically. a lot of people are saying, oh, it's AI, it's edited, it's not real. Have you seen any of that?
I have seen it.
Okay.
From what I can tell, those videos are not AI or fake, and Hamas has a history of doing that. To getting rid of sympathizers to Israel, to getting rid of dissidents. They want complete control of the country.
Right. Okay. So, again, though, how does that tie in Palestinian people? And
Again, they're trying to eliminate. Yeah.
Okay. So shit, man. Every time the noise, I lose
Right, the gates.
Yes, the gates. Okay, so how does that tie Palestinian people directly to Hamas? Because I feel like as a country we kind of do this thing where we find a terrorist group that's actually doing something bad.
Right.
For example, Hamas, yeah, they did kill people, and they did bad things. They did bad things.
With the Hamas thing, Hamas is the government. Hamas is the controlling body, right?
The government.
They are the government.
Okay. I see.
So going there and attacking that group of people is exactly what a normal war is. You're going after the forces.
Okay. No, I believe you. I honestly was not aware of them being the government. I didn't know that they were the government. I thought Palestine had their.
No. Hamas is the Palestinian government.
Okay.
And they have been labeled by most of the free world as a terrorist organization.
Okay, that was my ignorance, to be honest with you. I did not know that. But still, I can't. If somebody goes and bombs the White House, say another country,
right?
Does that give them the right to come kill me? To come into my house and shoot me in the head?
Who?
Another country. It's a hypothetical.
So another country bombing our White House is declaring war upon us.
Yes.
And if they come in and kill civilians, that will be even more response from our military.
But
a higher level
are
of
they
response.
okay, are they okay to do that?
No,
Like
they weren't okay to bomb our White House in this scenario.
Absolutely. Yes.
They're just
Well,
going
okay,
more and more evil, right? That is Hamas sending daily strikes at Israel and then to go in and kidnap all those people.
Okay.
That is that scenario. Did they have the right to bomb Israel? No. Did they have the right to go in and take all those hostages? No.
By the way, I don't want to get aggressive or anything. I apologize. I bring up weird hypotheticals and everything. I'm not trying to get aggressive or violent with you or anything. But it almost kind of seems like that to me, where I feel like we've done similar things where we say need a resource or need something, and so we do this drastic thing to start a war with another country, and we go and start doing exactly that. We go in, we kill people, we take what we need, and we leave. And then the war's over. For example, you mentioned the Vietnam War. That didn't even have anything to do with us. We just basically had like I compare it to like say like a Reddit or a 4chan argument, where it's like, oh, two countries are fighting, and so we use two other countries to fight each other, so we don't actually have to go to war. It seems like that to me, where I apologize.
No. Take your time. I'll let you get your thought process out before I respond.
But it seems like we always do that, where we include ourselves, we take resources, and sometimes we don't even include ourselves, at least not until we know we can win. But still, our people. Oh, I'm sorry. Our people are killing people. Our people are taking things. Our people are doing things they absolutely shouldn't. And then we can skew it some way to not seem. I apologize. I'm having a hard time putting this into words. But we have a good method of doing it. It seems like it's what we're doing right now. At least it's not what we're doing right now, but it seems like what Israel is doing right now. Where they're basically saying, I apologize. I'm good at losing my track right now.
So let me go off of that.
Okay.
What would Israel be going after?
What would they be going after?
Yeah, because
Land.
sure, they could be going after, but what is on that land? There's nothing.
Nothing but
There-
rubble right now.
There's
But it could be
there's no resources there.
No, not resources, but land. It is a good significant point of land, and not only land, but there is a trading route.
Doing this, but then Israel films all the hostages before being released. I do not smoke cigarettes.
No, sorry.
Israel films all of the hostages being released before they're released, and then, sometime later they appear on video later with injuries they didn't have when they were released from custody, and they're being told, oh, Israel did this to them.
Okay. So that is documented?
Yes, that is documented.
Okay.
If you go on, you might have to search a little while. This would have been in the earlier parts of the war that this came out, so it's like 2 years old now, information.
Okay.
If you're better at Google than me, go for it. But I suck at Google. It'll take me hours to find it.
I won't lie to you. That is another thing I'm not aware of. I'm ignorant of. So I won't argue on it. I'll research it. Maybe I'll find you again and we can talk about that.
Yeah, I'm out here all the time.
Okay, me too.
Just look at who everyone's yelling at. They're either yelling at Tommy or they're yelling at me.
Oh, Tommy. I do want to talk about Tommy, actually, when we get to that. But, so my main question with Palestine is just to kind of wrap up the Palestine-Israel thing. Is it justified to kill civilians because a terrorist organization within that country decided it was, I apologize, because a terrorist organization within that country did something bad or committed terrorism?
I don't think there is an acceptable level of civilian casualty at all, right? The UN sets standards of what is an acceptable amount of civilian casualty, right? Because they want to have a moralness to war. There is no moralness to war. Whatever happens in war, happens in war, right? Going back in history, it wasn't until World War II that it became illegal to kill civilians. Or maybe it was World War I. It was one of the world wars when the Geneva Conventions first came out.
Yes, okay.
The Geneva Conventions made it illegal in war to kill civilians. Before that, it was perfectly acceptable in war to kill as many civilians as required.
So right now it is illegal?
Yes. To intentionally kill civilians.
Okay.
Right? To know that you're only killing a civilian, that there's not an enemy there, that is illegal. Right? Israel knows that there are enemies in these areas. They're just, using like a hospital. They're using the basement of a hospital for their operations, or they're using an elementary school for a training ground, or any number of these things where they have embedded their operations into civilian life, where it is almost an equal number of combatants to civilians. Right? And every time, and because it is a government because they've instilled themselves as the government. What they are is a terrorist organization, and what that is a mindset. It's not like the United States Army where you can kill them all, and if you do that, they're gone. Right?
No, see,
right? You with this type of thing, you kill one, 4 more pop up radicalized because you killed their brother or cousin or their mom or dad or whatever. Right.
That's something I actually did not consider. Is that it's every time I see the news, it's hospital, school of tiny children or whatever. I did not know, I did not consider the possibility of maybe they're in a basement or they're also in that building in some room or whatever.
Right.
But still, does that give somebody the moral right to kill everyone there?
See, and that's not a question that you can ask because you're asking about morals of an immoral thing, right? You're trying to find morality in war where there are no morals.
Fair enough. I will give you that.
Right? The whole point of war is to kill.
Yes.
Right? That is not a moral thing. So you can't go looking for morals in that. Right? So we as a society, and I'm talking a global society, we know that. We accept that.
Yeah. I do want to, on that subject, I want to talk about what's his name? Tommy Boy.
Tommy.
Yes, Tommy. So, I had a bit of an argument with him. I told him he is doing the opposite of what we're doing right now, basically. I gotta say, no matter what your opinion is, if you're coming out and talking about what you believe in, I think that's what our country is built on.
Right.
To protest and protest, it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Right.
That's the reason we got rid of, say, Jim Crow. We don't want something like that. We want everybody in this country to have rights, no matter what color you are.
Right.
And we're at a point where we have that, and I think that's beautiful. But I see people who usually stand over there, right? Specifically Tommy. He's yelling things like, oh, you're a tranny, you'll never be a man, you'll never be a woman, you're gay, blah, blah, making Mexican jokes like saying, go eat your nachos, go make a burrito or whatever to Mexican protesters. What relevance does that have to protesting against these protesters? I feel like it kind of makes your side look foolish and dumb, and that's the point that I brought up to him, but he kind of said no, it's just how it is, I'm just making jokes. But to the wide eye, it just looks dumb.
Well, Tommy's out here, and I believe he does have every good intention in his heart, and he speaks his mind, right? He doesn't hold anything back. And he's, like a lot of us, have gotten tired of this whole woke agenda being shoved down our throats when, after all these years, studies are coming out showing that transgender people, after receiving this gender-affirming kill, are killing themselves at a rate of 40%.
Sorry, I got you that battery.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Sorry, I do it for the gram,
Don't worry, I'll get there, chat. I'll get there as soon as he gets his GoPro battery in and everything. We'll address it all. We'll address it all. Don't worry.
What time is it? It is currently 11:30. Okay, 11. All right, I'll see you home. Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah.
I charged it just for you.
Thank you. Love you. Okay. Oh no. Maybe we're good. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So, I do understand that. I like I said, I used to be Republican. I'm not talking just like, their policies are good,
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I used to be the kind of person like, oh, if you're trans, you must have a fucking mental illness. If you're gay, there's probably something a little bit wrong with you. If, statistics show these people shoot these people more than those people. And then I had to learn and grow from that. I do have to wonder, I don't see the what's it called, wokeness being shoved in my face too often. I do see posters. I do see people post them out on social media and everything. But honestly, whenever I see something I disagree with, don't like, I can watch it and move on. I think it's very important, just like this conversation is important, where if we don't talk, bad things happen. Like, for example, Kirk.
Yes.
It's pretty bad what happened.
Correct.
Man got shot for talking about what he believes in. A lot of these people will not agree with that.
No, most people who are standing out here right now would not agree with you. But I and chat both appreciate you saying that.
Thank you. But I think talking like this is very, very important. I want my opinion to change. I want maybe your opinion to change. I want my opinion to change as much as possible to the point where I believe I can be confident in my opinion.
Right.
So I need to see this wokeness shoved down my throat or whatever. I need to see that, because if I don't see that, then my opinion's going to stay the same.
Right. So going back to the whole Tommy thing, right? Mm-hmm. So he's just out here voicing his opinions because truly we have love for everybody out here, right? They may not have love for us. They may tell us they want us to die and all these other horrible things. But we would love for all of these people to experience the love of God as we do, right? So I haven't heard anyone say in a legitimate manner that they had any problem with gay people, right? So Tommy yells a whole bunch of stuff over there on his corner, but 90% of the time it is after someone has started yelling at him first, right? Tommy will hit them with a, hey, trans women are men, or whatever couple lines that he has, but it's not until they start yelling and attacking him verbally first that he comes back with a joke like, oh, go eat your nachos or whatever. Tommy has a good heart. He does care about people.
Okay. So you would say Tommy, he's not somebody who's racist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever all the phobics,
Well, people will say that Tommy is transphobic because he doesn't believe that transgender people exist. I don't believe transgender people exist, right? Because if you look at the data, after receiving their gender-affirming care, they commit suicide at a rate of 40%.
That is true. That is
right?
True. That is
If their problem was that they were just born in the wrong body, once they got all that fixed over, that they wouldn't be feeling those ways anymore. There is a deeper psychological issue, and it may not be the same with every transgender individual, right? They may all have varying different things. But deep down, there is a core issue that is causing them to feel that way that isn't being addressed at any point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One question, though. Even when I believed I was solely Republican and everything, and I kind of saw, like, trans people, and I was, like, kind of weird, but, like, I don't really care. That was always my thought. It's just, like, I don't care. And if I see somebody and they say, oh, actually it's she, oh, actually it's he, or it's them, or whatever the fuck, I don't care. If they say I want it to be this, I say, okay, it's that. I don't feel a need to argue personally.
Right, and where we come from, we see it as they need help and they need love. They don't need affirmation. They need help. Right? Affirmation isn't going to solve anything in the world. Saying, yes, you're right, isn't going to fix what is truly deep down wrong in their brains, whether it's, schizophrenia or whatever various mental disorders it could be, that there is something genuinely wrong, not the transgender part, but like something genuinely wrong with them that is causing them to feel certain ways that they're interpreting as, oh, I am transgender.
Okay. So there is something psychologically going on. I do believe they acknowledge that part. They call it, I apologize, gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria, yes. So I believe they they do know that. They do know that there is something.
So the term gender dysphoria got replaced with transgender.
Okay. Oh, okay. I sorry.
Because it's like body dysmorphia or whatever. If you think you're fat, I'm going to tell you, no, you're not fat. Right?
Okay. I see that. I see that. Still, though, I believe that it truly just doesn't matter too much. If I will take, I will even take his words. That being, Kirk. He said, if you want to, in his words, not necessarily mine, but he said, if you want to mutilate your body and do whatever, that's fine. Do what you want. But I think his argument in that case was like, just don't allow kids or something.
Right. And that's a big thing. That's what Tommy went down to the University of Oregon today for, was to tell people to keep their hands off of our children. Right?
Okay, so
that children cannot consent to puberty blockers. There's no such thing as a trans child, only indoctrination and growth.
That is something I actually deeply agree with. We can't. I wouldn't let a 5-year-old get a tattoo.
Right.
But a fully grown adult, do what you want.
Right. Well, I don't have a problem with it. Like, if they want to do it, but don't be expecting me to play along. Right. If you wanted to change your gender to a woman, cool. But don't expect the rest of society to play into the mental illness. Right.
Okay.
Right, like if you were to say you were 350 pounds and you needed a second seat on an airplane, I would speak up to the stewardess and be like, no, he doesn't need that second seat, right?
Right, pay for the second seat, Okay, I understand you there. Gotta be honest, I'm going to short a little bit. I'm going to run out of the arguments. I guess personally, still, what I think is just it just doesn't matter to me. It's kind of, I need to know what you consider yourself and how I can be respectful.
Right. I understand that, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to wonder, right? You should be able to look at them and go, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, right? If my 4-year-old can say that this person is this, that's what they are, right? I'm not going to argue with my 4-year-old and tell her, no, that man is a woman. If she says he, it's he,
Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. Repeat that. You said if she says it's he, it's he?
If my 4-year-old daughter points at a man who's in a dress, it says that's a man, that's a man. My 4-year-old daughter can point out that's a guy, that's a guy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. See, that is true. I've been that age, and I remember. Sorry, obviously I'm that age. But I remember being that age and seeing somebody who's it's like, oh, that's interesting. That's a man wearing a dress. Everyone wearing dudes clothes, I guess.
Right. Well, back then. Well, you just said you're younger than me, but even back then probably they had the concept of tomboys and feminine men, right? And that has gone to the wayside and been replaced with transgenderism. Yeah. That is not a masculine woman. That is now a woman who identifies as a man.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
they don't have that. Oh, I can be masculine and still be a woman. At some point, probably because of some undiagnosed mental illness, that those wires get all crossed in their brains and they then believe, oh, I'm not a feminine boy or a masculine woman. I'm indeed the complete opposite gender than what I was born.
Okay. Yeah. I do see that where it's,
Because we don't have
Instead of-
tomboys anymore. They're all trans men.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Usually, at least in some point, in some way, there is some kind of different pronoun or something. Instead of just being like, oh, I'm a masculine girl or I'm a feminine man.
Right.
I won't lie to you. Sometimes it does seem a little extra, I guess.
You shouldn't have to navigate a maze while having a conversation with someone.
Yeah, true. I just ask a question. Do you ever get, say, upset or offended when somebody immediately asks your, say, pronouns?
No, I've never been asked my pronoun.
Never? Really?
Well, one time at work, and I was very confused because I got hurt, and then they had to fill out a form, right? And they asked, what are your pronouns? And I said, what the fuck is a pronoun? I was 24 years old. I was like, what the fuck is a pronoun? I've been out of school for 8 years at this point. What the hell does that mean?
I was going to say, you live in Portland, you never been asked for your pronouns, though?
No.
Really, just work?
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, yeah. I feel like it's a pretty frequent thing for me. Personally, I live in a very blue-collar world, but I still live in Portland, work in Portland and everything. I feel like I hear it all the time.
Yeah, no, everywhere I go, they just go, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and that's a man. All right, yep, thank you. We don't have to question nothing.
Okay.
I don't shave my face for a goddamn reason, you know?
All right. Okay, sorry. I apologize. I have a million questions running through my head all the time while doing these, and I gotta think about them. But still, I have to wonder, just why does it matter so much? Because I had to learn to adapt to it. I had to learn and accept it and move on with my own life, you know. I didn't change my pronouns. I'm still just a dude.
Right.
You know, but if somebody says, what are your pronouns? I just don't even think about it. He, him. If I walk into a place and I see somebody who, you know, is going through, say, what's it called? Estrogen or testosterone or something, and I see the worker has a name tag that has like pronouns that are different than what I might see, I still just feel like I should respect that. I still feel like, okay, you know, that's what they want to be, then that's how they can be. And I don't see it as just playing along with the game or whatever, playing along with their facade or whatever. I just see it as like they decided to change their identity, and I'm going to be okay with that.
Right, and the way we see it is we love them too much to lie to them. Right? Because so if you want to change your gender, let's say you did, right? Why does that person... the chat for one, myself, you know, all of us over on the right side.
Okay, yes. Okay.
You know, the way we see it is we have to show them the love that they have not experienced, right? And when you look at most of the cases of these people who are identifying as transgender, they have been so far removed from the Judeo-Christian God that they need that light given to them. Okay, so they don't see the light anymore at this point. They need that light brought to them. They completely denounce the light. They don't want anything to do with it.
Okay, so do you base a lot of your opinions, by the way, not anti or anything, freedom of religion, do whatever you want, but do you base a lot of your personal political, say, opinions around Christianity?
Yes, because our country was formed around Christianity. Okay. It was a nation built by Christians for Christians, right? And when I say Christian, I am including the Jewish people in that, right? Yes. Because they all worship the same God. They split at halfway through the Bible.
There's a million different
right?
versions now.
But
I know how it is.
You know, without the Judeo-Christian God, we would not have the politics that we have. We would not have the Constitution that we have. We would not have the culture of America that we have.
Okay.
They built a Christian nation not ruled by Christ. That is what they built. Right? They didn't want the church ruling everything, but they wanted a Christian nation.
Fair enough. Sorry. So hard to... do you think a lot of other religions kind of have a similar pattern though? Where it's almost like this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good. Work with it, and then it almost runs a nation. Usually, say for example, Palestine. For example, they believe in I want to say it's Muhammad.
The Prophet Muhammad.
Yes. So they believe all that, and they have a lot of both similar and opposing opinions that completely run the government. For example, say like LGBT, they don't support being homosexual, they don't support being transgender, but there's a lot of other opinions that the Christians and Muslims are opposing. So which one should I listen to? Is a thing. Why should I pick one or the other?
Well,
a lot of religion, at least.
I have lots of problems with Islam. They teach in Islam, they teach to bring violence upon Jews. That's a good reason to not follow that religion. They believe in marrying 9-year-old children. That's another reason not to follow that religion. Their prophet Muhammad married a 9-year-old child. The man they worship married a 9-year-old child.
Okay.
Child brides are a very frequent thing in Muslim majority countries. They traffic children for all sorts of reasons. It doesn't have to be sex, but they have child slaves over there. It is an immoral, inhumane religion. Right? But, if I tell people, if you need religion, find it wherever, just not Islam. Right? It's not compatible with humanity. Right? You can't have humanity and practice Islam at the same time. Because there are so many immoral things within Islam that goes against humanity.
Okay, true. But are there things that say I have a hard time naming it now, but like, say, Christian, Catholic, Baptist, with all the different...
The Judeo-Christian religions?
Yes, yeah. Wouldn't you say that there are things that they do that are also against, say, humanity? Like, for example...
Their religious practices are not.
What is that?
Their religious practices are not. Their sermons are not. Right? So in the Quran, within the first 20 pages, it says to bring violence upon the children of Israel. I forget what page, what section, because I don't read the damn thing. Right?
Which one was
the
that?
Quran.
Quran, is that
that's the Muslim Bible. It teaches, it talks about bringing violence upon the children of Israel, which would be I'm really bad at the Bible, Jacob's son. The children of Jacob's son is who they're talking about bringing upon violence, the modern day Jews. Right? There are mentions of it throughout the Quran. They believe in marrying children.
Right.
And I didn't know that was an actual thing until I was on YouTube one day and I was watching an interview with a Marine, right, who was telling about his time in Iraq or Afghanistan, Iraq or Afghanistan, one of the two, and because this was during Obama's administration. Rules of engagement were he could not interfere with the local culture and traditions, right? And he was meeting up to meet with either the Taliban or Al Qaeda at what was deemed a safe location on a warlord's territory. right? So they went to have this meeting, and while he was there was a 12-year-old girl getting ready to be married off to this warlord, right? And when he went to go leave, the girl grabbed onto him saying, help me, and so he shot the guy and took the girl, right? He was then let go, terminated. He was dishonorably discharged from the military for that.
Wow.
Because he put human life over direct orders.
Gotta say it's a good thing. A good thing what he did.
Right.
Because, that is undoubtedly bad. I think anybody here would agree with that. But I still feel like every religion that is...
I'm not saying the Judeo-Christian religions historically have not done bad things, right? Like, look at the Crusades.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're not innocent by any definition of the word, but we have grown, evolved, and moved past those primal things. In Islam, they haven't moved past that.
Right, so that is we're talking about history, right? I think history is very important. It's why we have today,
Right.
But I don't think history should ever be used as a determining factor, unless the people involved in history are. Sorry, maybe I'm not wording this right. It could be used as a determining factor, but sometimes it really can't if, say, the people we're talking about aren't even alive.
That's typically how history works, though. Yeah. The people are dead.
It's like I'm not gonna say oh, all Christians are bad because the Crusade.
Right.
That'd be fucked up. I'm not gonna go, oh, we have to do exactly what they did because they did it fucking 3,000 years ago.
Right.
Not at all. But I feel like that applies to everything, even when we don't like it. It's like this land was promised to you. These morals were set in place all a long time ago. I feel like we need to have modern intervention on that. Even if we don't like it, and even if people disagree, I feel like we need to try things, adapt to things, figure things out, and decide whether or not they're going to work.
Right.
Even if we don't like it. They need to be placed into society. Another thing that goes back to, say, or something. We need to see how we feel about it. If it doesn't work, cool, we'll make sure it doesn't happen again. If it does work, cool, people are happy doing what they do.
Right.
I feel like we can't just be like, it's not good, or it is good. I feel like it's a trial period. We're in a world where we have to try and see it. We have to try and figure it out, try and respect it, try and understand it. Basically just all around try. And then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's the same thing that happened with, say, just gay and lesbian people. Most people don't really care now. It's just, it was a thing for a while. We saw people, more men attracted to men, more women attracted to women. They started relationships, got married, had sex, did whatever, Over time we realized it's not really a big fucking deal. Nobody cares. But, that trial period, sometimes they suffered, sometimes they didn't. And they realized they wanted to be a thing still, and it still is a thing.
I don't think that was a trial period, right? I think that was just full-hearted go, right? There was a lot of backlash over that when Obama signed that into law, allowing
what are you talking about?
The gay marriage.
Gay marriage, okay.
Right. Well, that's when that big explosion happened. Was
right.
The gay marriage thing happened, and then all of a sudden everyone was gay. Well, not everyone, but like all of a sudden, all these people are coming. Oh, I'm gay, because at first they had no reason to before. Like, what do I have to do? Because there's no point.
Yeah. Right
now they have the point with the transgender thing. anything that's gonna. It's dying out, right? Within the last 4 years, there has been a 46% decline in children identifying as transgender.
For how long?
The last 4 years, there's been a 46.
The last 4 years.
4 years.
Oh, okay.
Over the last 4 years, because that's how they track the data in 4-year increments.
How do they?
The same, probably the same way they figure out how many kids are smoking pot. Right? They sit you down in the computer lab at school and go, hey, answer these questions. They're 100% anonymous.
Only the government will know.
Right. Right. School and go, hey, answer these questions. They're 100% anonymous.
Only the government will know.
Right. Right. Anonymous.
Only the government will know.
Right. Right. And I think that's where anonymous.
Only the government will know.
Right. Right. And I think that's where